Ay, yo pido gloria y misericordia, ay Dios. Yo pido gloria al gran poder divino. Yo pido gloria y misericordia, ay Dios, sea derramada en el nombre de Dios. Ay, yo pido gloria para esos seres. Yo pido gloria, gran poder divino. Yo pido gloria y misericordia, ay Dios, sea derramada en el nombre de Dios, ay Dios. Pidiéndole gloria a esos grandes seres que nos guían y nos protejan. Yo pido gloria y misericordia, ay Dios, sea derramada en el nombre de Dios, ay Dios. Good evening, my beloved spiritual warriors. Let's see how many of you are on here already. Wishing love your singing. Thank you, Angeli, Ismail from New York. Many blessings to you. Well, blessings to all of you. Blessings to all of you tonight. I hope everyone, wherever you're at, whether you're here in Cali or if you are in another city, in another state, in another country, I'm wishing much blessing and I'm wishing much healing and strength during this period of craziness that the world is living through. I am praying that each and all of us are guided by the divine, by the Most High, guided by all our spiritual guides and our ancestors and spiritual warriors that are the other side, our ancestors. May we be guided by their energy so that we can continue overcoming all obstacles that keep coming our way and these very fearful times that many of us are living through. I'm coming on tonight not only necessarily to continue offering my best spiritually that I can in terms of prayer and meditation and healing for those that are in need and those that are around the world and those that are in the front lines, and for those spirits that have already passed away and departed, and those that are suffering and dealing with life and death right now in hospitals, and everyone that still has to go to jobs, concerned and fearful of bringing anything back home. But I'm also more so coming on tonight to offer some guidance, some tips, some rituals and some magic that we can do to protect ourselves, to protect our homes, to protect our loved ones, to protect people that we care for, and most importantly ourselves, because if I'm not good, if I don't take care of myself, then I'm not good for anybody else. If I don't take care of me, then I cannot take care of anyone else. So this is, a night and evening that I would like to share some solutions and tips for things to the best of my human knowledge. I'm not God. I don't know it all. I don't ever claim to know it all. I am not a medical doctor either. I am not a licensed psychologist, but I am a spiritual doctor, because that's what I've dedicated my whole life to, and that's what I've acquired from all my loved ones that I respect, that are elders, that have been elders, that have already passed on, and those very few that are still around. So my knowledge, my spirituality comes from my upbringing. It comes from my exposure to elders within African spirituality, within Yoruba tradition, Lukumi tradition, Palo Mayombe tradition, spiritists and mediums and clairvoyants that I grew up around and being involved and developed by these elders. And that's where the bulk of my spiritual religious knowledge come from. For those of you that are new to my channel, for those of you that are new to my page, I wanted to put that out there because there are many of you that have been following me for a long time, but there's many others that have along the way joined and may not necessarily know my background. So I like to always put that out there so we understand who the heck it is that we're listening to. We listen to a lot of people, we listen to people that are on social media, we listen to people that are, on the internet, but I believe that it's a little comforting to know who it is that we're listening to. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Afimaye Galarraga, and I by my clients over the years have been termed to be their spiritual doctor. And that's why, my page and all my social media is labeled as spiritual doctor, because it's not, so a lot of people ask me, where did that come from? It didn't come from me, actually. And I was actually very much against it. But a lot of my clients, godchildren, people that love me, that care for me, people that have been around me for many years, they always threw that out there, and I never really paid attention to it until one of my godchildren said, you should just go ahead and change your whole social media and just call it, Spiritual Dr. Afi. Because spirituality has been the bulk of my life. It's been what I've been dedicated to since I opened my eyes, So for those of you that were wondering and are new to my page and will want to know, where it is that I get my background and my knowledge to say certain things, that's where it comes from. And like I said, my purpose here tonight, those of you that have been following me for a while, I've been coming on a lot since this whole dramatic episode that we're going through globally has started. I've been dedicated more to be able to be accessible to you, by bringing healing, by bringing recommendations, by bringing, much more than anything, healing, by way of my spirituality and my religious/spiritual background. But tonight, as I said, I would like to focus more on solutions. I would like to focus more on tips of things that we could do in our home so that we can take care of ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and energetically. Because as I said, if we're not whole, if we don't feel healthy enough, if we don't feel, mentally stable enough, if we're not good for us, we're not good for anybody. And right now, the whole world is going through a lot of dramatic changes. And a lot of this has to do with nature, has to do with Mother Earth, it has to do with the Creator, it has to do with God, it has to do with anything and all that you believe in, that you connect to. I always like to give a disclaimer in saying that I do not in any way, shape, or form do I ever try to push anyone or sway anyone into any particular religious or spiritual tradition. Quite the contrary, all walks of life in my page is welcomed. All walks of life is welcome. Anything that you connect to, whatever you believe is responsible for your human existence, whatever you connect to energetically, is welcome in this space. I don't reject anyone because I believe that the Creator, God, Olofi, Nsambi, Allah, the Rock, the Almighty, the Alpha and Omega, has different names, but at the end of the day, we're all about growing, healing, becoming better human beings, showing love, giving love to ourselves so that we can give love to other people, being a good parent, a good son, a good daughter, a good brother, a good sister. It's all about goodness. And if your divine Creator, whomever it is for you, Buddha, Allah, Nsambi, Olofin, Olodum, Olodumare, whoever it is for you, guides you into that direction of becoming a human being, of rediscovering yourself and putting yourself, in a good path to be a better person for Earth and nature and yourself, then so be it. I love you, and I hope that you love me too, and that we don't, judge each other because of our differences in belief systems. But I in no way like to, nor is my attempt to sway anyone in any particular religious or path or walk of life. Quite the contrary. I can only share to you what I know based on my experience through my life investments that I have had. But this is for you to intake. This is for you to process. This is, I share my spirituality and my human spiritual abilities so that you can, share it with yourself, your loved ones, and use it for your benefit. But if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't click, if it doesn't float your boat, then, so be it. What I will not allow though on any of my social media platforms is anyone that comes to condemn or tries to shade someone or myself, or tries to degrade, or tries to, say that what we do or how we do and how we choose to connect with the divine is evil or wicked or weird or something like that. If it's not for you, you have that right for it not to be for you, but you don't have the right to come into my page and try to create a mess. Luckily, knock on wood, I've never really had that problem because I'm very loving, I believe to be, but I'm also very stern, and I am someone that does not hold my tongue back. Like there's a saying in Spanish that says, que no tengo pelo en la lengua. I definitely don't have hair in my tongues. I will say what needs to be said, and always in the most respectful way. I try. Very direct, maybe very I tend to have those that know me sometimes describe me as someone that comes as a very fatherly, authoritative maybe, or fatherly, but never with the attempt to disrespect or to degrade anyone or be rude in any kind of way, shape, or form. As if we call ourselves healers, if we call ourselves individuals that walk a path of spirituality, it's to give, it's to share, it's to teach, it's to, have a fraternal energy that we can both share, because I can learn from you as much as you can learn from me, right? So again, that's my little disclaimer there, and for you to get to know me better, for those of you that are new to my page. And hopefully we can continue building together, because this is about unity. So a couple of things that I want to bring into our attention. What I'm going to share with you right now has come through me via, different forms of divination, of connecting with spirit, of different things that I do in my spiritual walk of life that, guides us and puts us alert to certain things and tries to, keep us aware. Some of the information that I might share with you also comes from knowledge of people that I know. I have godchildren, I have friends, I have individuals that are in certain, ranks of life. They're either in the military, or they're doctors, or they're individuals that are in the front lines in one way or another. So this is bits and pieces of information that I have been able to collect and run through spirit so that I can give you the most, the most sincere knowledge that I can share with you. I am not feeding off of the media. I am not feeding off of the news, even though I do acknowledge and recognize that what's been shown is just a glimpse of what's really going on out there. Based on Spirit's warnings, on Spirit's red flags that has been shown to me, I did a private gathering with my godchildren that belong to my religious house. This week, actually, on Friday, I believe, Friday or Thursday night, I did a gathering with them via Zoom, because I wanted to gather them all up to share, certain information that Spirit has been sharing with me. And now I will share with you as much as I can, with you. I maybe if you've been on my lives in other lives, you've heard me say in specific posts that I have shared also, I have spoken about the fact that I am not necessarily into any kind of conspiracy theories, and who did what. I don't believe that we are in a time right now or in a position for blame. I don't think that we are in a position to be trying to find culprits and point fingers. I believe that we should all come together to try to find solutions that are healthy to our mind, to our heart, to our spirit, and to our body. Because at the end of the day, regardless of who and what we want to blame, real shit is happening out there, and that is not a lie. So regardless of how it came about, I believe, and even spirituality and professionals teaches us, let's handle a particular situation, and after we handle it, then we can start to see who can we make responsible, if there is anyone really responsible for certain things. But I think that right now, we should not be worried about who, what it came from, where it came from, and who should we do, and who should we kill, and who should we, and I hope that they die, and I hope that China blows up. No, I mean, at the end of the day, Jesus Christ, even if this whole thing did really start in Wuhan or wherever that place is called, at the end of the day, I don't believe that every single human being that breathes in Wuhan, does the things that they say that they do over there. And at the end of the day, I, as a spiritual healer and as a spiritual religious leader, I am, call me gullible and call me stupid or whatever you want to call me, but at the end of the day, everyone has a mother, a son, or a brother, or a sister, or a father, or a grandfather, a family member, a loved one, a child. So I don't wish bad things upon people, because that is, at the end of the day, some people that, for me to say, I hope that China blows up. Well, you know what? I'm wishing for somebody's mother to blow up. And I'm wishing for somebody's son to blow up. And I'm wishing for somebody's grandmother to blow up. And I'm wishing for somebody's brother and sister and everybody else to blow up. So I am not a follower of that mentality, respectfully said. So, point being, spirit, through certain definitions that I've done here in my spiritual religious house, it has come up that indeed this is going to extend longer than we would like for it to extend. This is something that it seems like it's not going to be over by the end of this month. It's not going to be over anytime soon. But I pray certain things, even when Spirit tells us, I pray that certain things I am wrong, because at the end of the day, I really want you and I and all of us to get back to our normal life, to get back to, our normal way of living. But this is the thing, my beloved spiritual warriors. When this does come to its end, and we can come back to a normal life, whatever that is, we will not come back to the same life we left behind. We will not come back to the same exact routine that we left behind. This is a moment in time to not just process the situation and come out of it as healthy as possible, but this is also about setting a new path as to how it is that we are going to move forward in a more healthy, in a more wholesome, more intelligently, more dedicated, more consistently, goal-oriented, getting out of our old ways, ripping away from old habits that never really helped us grow, becoming a better human being. Because at the end of the day, this is just my personal belief about this whole situation. And then I'm going to get into tips and my real reason for coming on tonight. My own personal view as to how this whole mess came about. It's really, for me, nature's way, the universe's way, God's way, the rock's way, Olofin's way, and Zombie's way, guardian angel's way, Mother Nature's way are saying, I am tired of you all's bullshit down there. I've said that 100 times. Those of you that have seen my other lives might be tired of me saying this, but that's really what I feel at the core of my being, that this is the universe's way of saying, we're tired of being taken for granted. We're tired of just getting your attention when you are in need. We're tired of you not really, humbling yourself. We're tired of you not caring for other people. We're tired of you being so ugly with your own family, with your significant other, even with your children. So much into battles, in Spanish we say, quítate tú pa ponerme yo, meaning people don't care about anyone, just themselves. As long as it's for them, they are okay. And that's what I feel personally. You don't have to agree with me, and I respect if you don't, but I feel that the universe is really trying to give us all a slap in the face and a wake-up call and saying, listen, there's only going to be two groups of people left. The group of people that get with the program and wake up and we give them an opportunity to do things better, or the group of people that are going to be stuck and they're going to go down, whether right now or eventually. So I want to be in the group of people that gets to be better than I am. Because at the end of the day, we can all be better. You, me, us, we, everyone we know, we could all be better. But it's up to us to try to take those steps to become a better human being. First and foremost for ourselves, so that we can in turn be good for other people around us and be good for our family members and be good, in our jobs or in our profession, and be good in the kind of walk of life that we profess, etc., etc. That's really what this is about, in my spiritual opinion, and what I feel my spirituality communicates to me. I feel that this is a wake-up call to all, that at the end of the day, no one is better than anyone. That regardless of how rich you are, how much money you got, where do you live, in Compton, or you live in the bad side of Bronx, or you live in Alapata in Miami, or you live, wherever you live, in Beverly Hills, or in Coral Gables, or in the Hamptons, whatever it is, at the end of the day, when it comes to health issues, and when it comes to certain aspects, no matter how much money we have, no matter how much status we have, no matter what the color of your skin is, no matter what you believe in and what you profess, we are all affected, and we all get affected equally. So therefore, this is a wake-up call to stop having people that just steps on other people, and so control freaks over other individuals, and so much about me and me and me and nothing else, and nothing really matters. This is a time for us to be more conscientious of our actions, of our thoughts, and our words. Because it's not so much also, it's not only what we do, it's not only what we try to manipulate, it's not only what we try to control, it's also the words that come out of our mouths. Because with the words, las palabras tienen fuerza, means words have power. I've been hearing that since I was a child, and I know that to be true now as an adult, and I hope you do too. Words have power. A word can build, and words can destroy. A word can save a world, and a word can sink a nation. So this is also a time to be more conscientious of the kind of expressions and words that we allow out of our mouths, that can sometimes be so spiteful, so hurting. It could be worse than a sharp knife that kills energy, kills prosperity, kills blessings, kills holiness, kills all that is of light. And that's all I'm going to go, because if not, I'm going to spend the whole hour going in that direction, and I don't want to do that. So, my beloved spiritual warriors, I believe that through messages that Spirit has been sharing with me, and I shared with my godchildren on Friday, I believe we should always get ready for the worst. If it doesn't happen, we can say, thank you, God. Thank you, Olofin. Thank you, Oloron. Thank you, Nzambi. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, Earth. Thank you, Mother Nature, that it didn't happen. You spared us. Oh my God. Que bueno. No pasó. But if it does, it doesn't catch us with our pants down or ass up, okay? We have to be ready for whatever it is that could come about. That being said, it is my belief that what Spirit's been sharing with me is, we have to be cautious. We have to look at the possibilities that we will experience blackouts. There's a possibility that shit can get more serious than what it looks like. It'll get more serious than what we've been told. It'll get more serious than what you and I have seen in TV and in the news. And therefore, we could expect certain things that are not in our immediate radar. And, we could expect certain blackouts. I don't know if it's just here in California. I don't know if it's in other cities. I don't know if it's in the whole country itself. I don't know if it's at the same times. I don't know if it's just certain pockets. But whatever it is, that's what's coming through to me. I think that we at some point are going to experience certain blackouts. And it might be a couple of hours, for 24 hours, 48 hours, but it could also be a couple of days. It could be 2 or 3 or 4 days. So whichever the situation might be, we should always be ready. So the one thing I want to first talk about is home safety. We must try to keep certain essentials at home, so that in an event that we do experience a blackout, okay, we have all our essential needs, so that we are not going crazy at the last minute, okay? So it is my advice, it is my suggestion that you guys, have flashlights at home, that you have batteries at home, that you have candles at home, that maybe even if you are in a position to invest in a generator, that you do that as well. Canned foods, if those of you that take medications, for whatever reasons, or your children or your parents, we got to make sure that we have enough amount of our medications that we need, so that in an event, we're not caught having to call the pharmacy when maybe all businesses will be closed. In an event that they do this whole martial law crap, and everything closes down, we just never know. We can never take things too lightly, and it's always better to be safe than sorry. So definitely make sure that in your home, your first aid kit is up to date, that everything, with regards to first aid, is there. Fire extinguishers that we should always have in our home. We should never wait for an emergency. This is something that we should always have at home, because we never know what could go down, okay? That's the part of home safety. By all means, I'm not really messages yet, because I want to get into the flow of everything that I want to share, and I don't want to keep you all, 2 hours. So I want to go through everything that's flowing through me. But if you have other suggestions that you might want to share in the chat, by all means, please do so. That's home safety. I feel that it is important to handle all these things and keep those things in our house, and keep things like for stomach viruses and for headaches and for migraines and different things that some of you all normally experience anyway. It's a good time to have all these things at home. Okay, now let's get into the juicy stuff. I want to get into bath rituals. I believe in the power of spiritual baths. I don't know if you do, but I do. I believe that spiritual baths are powerful. I believe that spiritual baths are good, to cleanse negative energy off of us, out of our body, out of our internal energetic flow, out of our, surroundings. I believe spiritual baths are very, very good to uplift, to make us stronger. And I think maybe about 2 or 3 baths that I wanted to share with you. My number one go-to kind of spiritual baths is always white baths, And white baths consists of white flowers, consists of cascarilla, which I have right here, but I'm going to show you what that is if you don't know what that is. Florida water, or colonia, or spiritual cologne. If you make your own, even better. But you could also add different, whether it's roses. I like to use regular white flowers, whether they are carnations, which are these, or what they call the pompons. Those are the kind of white flowers that I like to use for spiritual baths. But you're more than welcome to also use white petal roses for white baths, okay? And it's very, very, very good. I want to show you, if you don't know what cascarilla is. What cascarilla, back in the golden ages, when you and I weren't born, cascarilla it's really made out of eggshell, and it looks like a little ball, right? But it I'm laughing because, okay, this is probably not time for jokes, but let me tell you, years ago, when I was maybe about 10 years, like I was no more than 12 or 13 years old, and which was just the other day when you really think about it. I remember there was this older guy who was traveling, and I think he was going from New York to Chicago. So he took all these cascarillas and he crushed them, and he had it all, in a powder. And we're talking about, back in the day when the whole drug issue used to be really bad. So he got caught, with this bag with all this white powder. And of course, between them really figuring out that it has nothing to do with cocaine and it has nothing to do with drugs, the man had the worst time ever. That's why I was laughing when I picked it up. Anyway, that's cascarilla, and you crush it. So this is how I do my spiritual baths. I get a bowl, any kind of bowl. Plastic is better, so you don't run the risk of it falling and breaking. So you grab a bowl, and you fill it up with water halfway. Then after you fill it up with water, you can grab one of these cascarillas, okay, and crush it. Crush it so it becomes a powder into the water. Then you would add your Florida water, okay? you would add your Florida water or your Colonia 1800 or some type of spiritual cologne. You can add it to the water as well. And then you would grab, a couple of these flowers, 3, maybe 2 or 3, don't need more than that. And you take the petals off, okay, off the stem, and you also put it in the water as well, okay? So the petals will be kind of floating on the water. I practice, Cuban spiritisms, Cuban spirituality. So, we put holy water in our spiritual baths. A lot of people don't vibe with the whole idea of holy water. If that's you, so be it. No, there's no harm in you not vibing with it. But I also add holy water as well to spiritual baths. The idea of a spiritual bath, and this is what I always like to teach in my classes as well. Some people prepare spiritual baths by just putting the ingredients in, and that's it. They just put the ingredients in, they go, they take a shower, and then they pour this over themselves. My beloved spiritual warriors, everything is energy. So it's not about just being mechanical. It's about really ingesting your energy, okay, into the spiritual baths that you are going to take. So definitely you want to pray over your spiritual baths. As you're prepping it, as you're pouring things in, and you putting all the condiments inside your spiritual baths, you're going to be praying. Because of my background, I do El Padre Nuestro, la Ave Maria, which is the Our Father, the Hail Mary. I set certain, prayers that I know. But you can do whatever prayers comes to you, okay? You could do whatever prayers comes to you, whatever prayers feel like home to you, and help you feel connected to your spirituality, to your divine source, to your ancestors. That's the kind of prayers that you're going to say. And then when you say your prayers, whichever they are, you set your intention, whether it's through a mantra, whether it's just your own words, the intention that you're trying to set for that spiritual bath, whether it's for healing, whether it's for mental health, spiritual health, whether it's for, calming, whether it's whatever intention you're trying to set, you must really inject that into your spiritual bath. Don't just go through the mechanics of putting the bowl, putting water, putting the white petals in it, and putting the holy water in it, and putting the Florida water in it, and just calling it a day and taking, throwing that over your body. That does not do shit. You have to invest your energy into that spiritual bath so that it's called activation. That's what I call it. It's called activation. That's how you activate the energy of the spiritual bath that you are prepping for yourself, so that you can set that intention when you set your spiritual bath. So many people, to me it's common sense, but to many people it's not. So let me explain. You go and you take your regular shower like you would any other time, any other day. And then when you're done taking your regular shower, okay, I take my bowl, my spiritual bath bowl that's already prepped on the outside of my tub. And as I'm holding my tub, I pray again, and I set that intention again, and I call my spirit angels, my guardian angels, and my spirit guides, and whoever I feel connected to at that moment that is of elevated source. That's who I'm calling. That's who I'm praying to as I'm, digging in my spiritual bath, so I can, stir it so that the cascarilla that's sitting in the bottom, rises up and it's not laying there. And then I first, wash my face, because your spiritual bath should be from the neck down. So I, wash my face, I kind of poured on my back, behind my neck, donde está el sentido. And then, I little by little pour it all over my body. If we are going to really go old school, we should not dry up after taking a spiritual bath. You should allow it to just dry in your body. Many of us that are doing spiritual baths do it when we're in a hurry, do it, right before having to go to work, do it, when we have to be somewhere and we don't have time to wait. So therefore, if you dry up, I guess it's okay. But if you really want to stick closest to how it used to be done, then you allow your spiritual bath to dry in your body. I would not wear anything black. I would not wear anything too dark. I would not wear anything that could bring my vibration down energetically when I am, taking a spiritual bath. after having taken a spiritual bath. It is time for you to relax. It is a time for you to allow that to inject into your energetic flow, into your energetic vibration, so as you know, to keep that going on. So it's very important for you to do that in that particular manner. Another spiritual bath, aside from the white bath, which is my favorite, you know, for those of you that suffer from anxiety, how many of you are, you are anxiety freaks? A lot of anxiety, especially during this time that's so crazy, right? So much anxious energy is going on right now in different cities, in different states, and globally, in the whole nine yard. So therefore, a good bath for anxiety, you would get, you get your bowl, plastic, because I said if you use glass, you run the risk of it falling. You fill up the bowl halfway with water, okay, and you add chamomile flowers, okay, chamomile flowers. You add chamomile is good for soothing, so you add chamomile flowers. You add hibiscus also. I see a lot of hands up. There's a whole bunch of people with anxiety here, right? So you add chamomile flowers, you add hibiscus flowers, you add lavender flowers, that's good for relaxing, and you add black sea salt as well. And you pray over it, you pray over it. Me, myself, I add Florida water or Colonia, 1800, or some type of spiritual cologne to all my baths, regardless of what they're for. But that's me. But for an anti-anxiety type of bath, you would do chamomile, hibiscus, lavender, and you would do black sea salt, and you pray over it. You set that intention. You call upon your spirit guides. You call upon your energies, okay? Because this is a time for you to really try to relax so much tension and anxiety. Anxiety, that comes about when we can't control things. That's really when anxiety comes about, Anxiety comes about when we feel that we've lost control over situations. We don't have control over when, jobs will be back up again. We don't have control over having been laid off. We don't have control over having, been fired practically. You don't have control over the danger that's outside. You don't have control. So anything that we don't feel we have control over hypes up our anxiety. So it is important to do these kinds of spiritual baths to try to calm the anxiety that we feel inside, especially internally. Because not everybody that suffers from anxiety or feels a heightened sense of anxiety right now shows it externally. Sometimes it's really much internally, the anxiety that one feels. So if that's you, that would be a good spiritual bath for you to prep and for you to give yourself once a week, twice a week. I would do that. Other things that you can do as far as actual ritual or magic per se, right? We can do candle work. I don't know if any of you are into candle work. If you are into candle work, show me a hand and I'll share a candle work ritual that I have. Gee, only 3 people want to know? My. Okay, so I'll share it anyway. So here we go. For candle magic, right? There's different ways to go about it. One way that I would do, I would get a white pillar candle, okay? Can you all hear me? Okay, come on. So I would get a white pillar candle. White pillar would be this. This is a white pillar, no glass. No glass, this is just a regular candle, okay? And with a white candle, okay? White for clarity, white for peace, white for tranquility, right? Because colors colors do carry its own vibration. But at the end of the day, if you're like my mom, or if you're like my dad, or my deceased godfather, let me tell you, back in the day, all you had was white candle. They ain't have colored candles back in those days, okay? 60 years ago, 70 years ago, 80 years ago, back in my homeland, they ain't had water. We didn't have the luxury like we do here, that we go to the stores, okay, and we see color candles of all different colors and things of that nature. But, since we do have that now, then the more the merrier. And indeed, even though, because that's a fight, not a fight, but that's the argument that sometimes some of the elders, from back in the day, from back to my parents and my God, en el tiempo de antes, el agua era blanca y pa'l carajo. But even though that was true, we can't deny the fact that colors carry a certain kind of vibration. Colors mean something, That's why we have colors in different types of practices, and that's why we have different ceremonies, that we have to do certain things with different colors, and that's as much as I can say, at least in the Orisha tradition. And there are many other traditions that, colors are important because it carries a particular vibration. Like, for instance, I'll tell you that later. So we grab a white candle, okay, and then on the white candle you would grab a pencil, and with the pencil you would write your name, okay, carve it in. You would write your name on the candle, your full name. Don't put initials. Don't put if your name is, I don't know, Maria Teresa Jimenez, don't put Maria Jimenez, or don't put Maria T. Jimenez. Put Maria Teresa Jimenez. Try to write it, completely on the candle. And you write it 3 times, you go around and you write it 3 times, okay? The thing about the candle is when you do candle magic, when you do candle work, and you write your names on the candle, okay, there's different ways to go about it, depending upon the intention. The key word here is intention. The intention that you're trying to set. So, for example, I feel anxious because I'm recommending this based on anxiety and stress levels, right? So if I feel that my anxiety is heightened and my stress level is at a high, and I feel like I don't even fit in my body, I would write, this is the top of the candle, this is where you light it up. I would, write my name, right, from top to bottom. I would write my name from top to bottom. So when I'm burning this candle, I am finding a sense of calm. I am finding a sense of tranquility within myself, asking for my tranquility, asking for my nerves, and my anxiety to level, to calm down. So you're going to write it in a way that as it's burning down, your anxiety and your stress is calming down. But if you feel, for example, I don't want to say too much, oh my God, if any of my godchildren are online, they'll be like, this is not my body, because I don't normally share a lot of stuff when it comes to magic. And those of you that have been following me for a long time know that I come here and we'll do a prayer, we'll do a meditation. I give you life information or life knowledge based on how Spirit hands it down to me. But we hardly ever, if ever, have gotten into magic talk, okay? But don't think that there's no magic in this trunk. There's a whole lot of magic in this trunk. So anyway, I'm in the mood to share it today because times are real and this shit is real. So we all need to be in this crap, okay? So anyway, so you grab your candle and you write your name from top to bottom, okay, for calming. Pero, if you feel that you're lacking energy, right? This is for, lacking energy and you feel down and you feel like you feel like you're lacking enthusiasm, you're lacking a whole lot of energy. What you do is you write it the other way. Instead of from top to bottom, okay, you would then write it, this is the top that's going to be bird, you write it from here, you start from the bottom and you write it up. Okay, so that even though as it's burning down, the intention that you set into your magic candle is to rise your vibration, is to elevate your vibration, is to elevate, your energy. Did that make sense? If it makes sense to anybody, please let me see some thumbs up because I can Even though I'm wearing glasses, I can't really see the messages, but I can see smileys, or I can see, thumbs and things of that nature. So let me know if that made sense. If that made sense to you, show me a hand, show me something. Okay? Awesomeness, awesomeness. And, as you do that, okay, once you write your name on the candle 3 times, right? And you set it to burn this candle, you need to say an affirmation. Okay, you need to say an affirmation. When you light a candle, you need to say some kind of affirmation. If you don't have one, write one. If you don't have one, look for one that vibrates with your energy so that you can say that affirmation. Me, if I were you, I don't know, I would say something like, the light of my ancestors walk with me, no ill intentions, no ill intentions, or no ill intentions, nor no lower level vibrations can harm me. My inner spirit and my soul cannot be harmed. My guides are with me. COC. Make sense? Yes or yes? Okay, awesome. Tanya Ibarra, thank you for the thumbs up, Tanya. So no one is responding to me. I think you all having your own little internal club going on in there. So that's that. If this logs out, I'm going to save the video, save it and share it, and then I'm going to come back in to finish giving you all the different recipes that I would like for you to stay with me as I'm giving you these other recipes that I would like to give you. So that's the candle work, okay? You grab a pillar candle, and I call it stick candle, but it's really a pillar candle. A pillar candle, you write your name on the candle, okay, with pencil, not pen, pencil. It has to be pencil. And you light this candle, and you say an affirmation, and this is for anxiety, for anxiety and tension, for purification and affirmation as well. Okay, you do that. Then, and when you set your affirmation, I forgot to tell you this part. When you say your affirmation, try to say it 3 times. Whether you just read it, whether you just write it and read it, whether you just say it from your heart and your mind, whether you memorize one, you can read it, or you can just say it, or you can chant it as well, believe it or not, okay? And you do that, and you set that candle, and you light it up, and you get that energy flowing. Capiche? Okay. Now, I want to jump, so we spoke about, home safety. We spoke about bath rituals, okay? We spoke about candle magic, okay, that we can do with an affirmations and things of that nature. Also, which is what I was going to say, so the white colors, back in the day, like I said, you had the candles that you had, and you couldn't do anything about it. But these days we have colored candles. So white is for calming. But if you want for grounding, you feel, a need to feel grounded, I would go with a brown candle. I would light a brown candle, because brown has to do with earth, and brown, we ground for grounding, okay? You can light brown candles when you're trying to do, work for grounding. You light brown candles, okay? So this is another ritual that you can do, another magic that you can do that I want to share with you. It comes through writing. A lot of us have to write, or should write. Okay, so I would grab, or I would, try to order online, or try to buy parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, then it is okay. Regular paper, white paper, online, no lines, okay, online paper, but preferably parchment, okay. And on your parchment paper, for those of us that feel, again, this is all for especially during this time of anxiety, of stress, and fear, and uncertainty. You're gonna write your fears. You're gonna write what's making you feel anxious. You're going to write what's bringing a level of, stress and fear. You're gonna write this down on this parchment paper, Okay. And when you write it down on parchment paper, you write your worries, you write your concerns, you write all that's troubling you on, this parchment paper. And then, you should have, you should have, oh my God, it's in the tip of my tongue. You should have orange blossom oil. If you have some type of orange blossom oil, you're going to anoint after you've written, your fears, your concerns, your worries on parchment paper, you're going to, anoint the corners of this parchment paper with orange blossom oil. Is that making sense so far? Let me know. Let me see some thumbs. What you would need for this other ritual is either a pink or an orange candle if you have it. If not, white candle is absolutely fine. But if you don't have, if you don't have an orange or pink candle, then white candle is perfectly fine. If not, preferably an orange or pink candle. Pink is emotion, pink is love, pink is associated with happiness, it's associated with healing, pink is associated, with self-love, okay? You would grab your orange or pink candle, or white if you don't have any orange or pink and can get it. You also would grab some of this orange blossom oil and you will anoint your candle with orange blossom oil, okay? And you just put some of that orange blossom oil on your candle. I see a lot of time. Everybody's liking this tonight, aren't you? And then you would fold this once you've written down all the all your worries and concerns and stress and drama on that parchment paper. You will fold it, but you fold it away from you. Let me show you. Let me see. Let me grab this napkin. I'm just gonna grab this napkin just for an example. This is not paper and this is not parchment paper, but this is just a napkin that I want to show you. Okay. For other kinds of magic, well, that's besides the point. For this particular magic that I'm showing you, once you wrote everything on it, once you are anointed the corners with orange blossom oil, you fold this. It might look like I'm doing it to you, but it's actually away from me. So instead of folding it my way towards me, I am going to fold this away from me. Because what I want to do is get, away from my fear, get away from my concerns, get away from my stress, get away from my anxiety, away, I'm putting distance away from that which troubles me, okay? So that's why you fold it away from you and not towards you, okay? Once that's folded, in half or 3 times, you fold it again, away, and then, there's 2 ways to go about this. Me, I'm old school, so I'm gonna take the candle, my orange or pink candle that I already anointed, and I'm gonna put it on top of the paper, okay? And I am going to burn it, Obviously, I'm gonna be washing it and washing it and washing it because I don't want, to create a fire. If you are scared, if you are fearful, if you are not confident of yourself, you're going to, you could put, your parchment paper, right? You could put some type of glass, plate on top of it, and on the glass plate, you light the candle. COC, yes or yes? Does that make sense? Everybody's just, is anybody paying attention to me? Or are you all having fun over there? Okay, so that's what you do, okay, with that, okay? And it's about to be an hour. It's about to be an hour on this live, and I don't want to lose it because I want to be able to share it. So let me log out, and hopefully all 40-something of you comes back to me. Yes? Ay, yo iré, yo iré, yo irá. Estoy llamando seres y guías y auxiliares. Y yo lo llamo, yo les llamo al orar. Y yo iré, yo iré, yo iré yo iré, yo iré, yo irá. Estoy llamando seres y guías y auxiliares. Ay, yo les llamo a la hora. Estoy llamando a mis seres y guías que me den luz y claridad. Yo les rezo y les imploro que me hagan la caridad. Yo les rezo y les imploro que me hagan una caridad. Y yo iré, yo iré, yo iré y yo iré, yo iré, yo irá. Yo estoy llamando seres guías y auxiliares. Y yo les llamo a la orar. Yo estoy llamando a mis seres y guías. Seres y guías de gran luz. Yo les llamo y les imploro que me hagan una caridad. Yo les llamo y les imploro que me hagan una caridad. Y con la fe, la esperanza y la caridad, yo les pido al gran Señor que nos ayuden en este paso tan difícil y que podamos vencer en unión. Yo le pido a ese gran ser divino que nos ayude a vencer en unión. Y yo iré, yo iré, yo iré yo iré, yo iré, yo irá. Yo estoy llamando a ese gran ser de guía que me ayude a vencer la maldad. Nombre de Dios. Del apoyito, so. Okay, so we're back. Okay, so we did. I don't know if there's any new people here this time around, but the last live is saved and it's already shared. You can go back to that because there we spoke about home safety, we spoke about bath rituals, we spoke about candle work, different things that I shared in that first live. Now I want to talk about things that we can drink, like teas, okay? And there are certain teas that I would like to share with you for, again, calming, for anxiety, for stress, and for all the shit that we are going through and that our body is experiencing during this time. So, let me get back in that flow. Wait, this is already lit. Let me light it again. Some of you might say, God, does he smoke that much? No, I don't. It's but when I'm in the flow of working spirit, and when I'm in the flow with my spirituality, with my Congo, with my Negro, with my spirit, this is the way they communicate with me a whole lot. So teas that we can drink, or things that we can drink, for to calm things down. I know that New Age practices have a whole array of different types of teas and herbs, of herbs used for teas for different various reasons. I go back to what I know traditionally. I go back to what I know in my spiritual walk of life, in my religious walk of life, the kind of herbs that are good for specific kind of things. The problem is that I don't know all the American names to it. I know my Cuban names, that how I heard grandma and how I heard the back in the day grandpa and what I heard the back in the day elder speak about. But I kind of went online and I did some research on the names that I know. Unfortunately, many of the names that I know did not come up with an American name or with the actual scientific name, but I do know of two or three that I was able to still translate for your benefit so that you can get that. So one particular herb that I would recommend if you find it or if it can be ordered. And this particular herb belongs to the energy of Oshun. This particular herb belongs to Oshun. Oshun is the goddess of love. It's a goddess of fertility. It's a goddess of flow. It's a goddess of all that flows. It's a goddess of the river. It's divinity of love. It's a divinity of prosperity. But she's also the divinity that has a lot to do with health. She's also the divinity that has to do with pain and anxiety, because as a female energy that she is, she dealt with a lot of experiences when she was around on Earth where she suffered from what you and I would term today anxiety, depression, stress. She's definitely one, Orisha, that knows all about that, for all that she went through and all that she had to endure. So there's a particular herb called ambarina, okay? And this ambarina is very good for being able to, for instance, if you have children or if you yourself are going through it, and even if you're feeling sick, okay, if you're feeling, that you're coming down with something, hopefully not the Rona, how I call it, right? The coronavirus. But if you're feeling like you're coming down with a fever and you're coming down with catarro, right? Cold, and you feel the pressure in the chest and you begin to sweat. Ambarina is really good to get all that out of our body, okay? And ambarina, it's, oh my God, I looked it up. And it said scientifically that it was hibiscus, the pronunciation kills me. It was hibiscus abelmoschus, some shit like that, okay? A hibiscus abelmoschus or abelmoschus, okay? It's I remember the spellings: Abel, Abelmoschus or Shus. Okay, so it's hibiscus abelmoschus. I think that is the scientific, but I know it as amberina. Are you talking about oregano? No, I'm not talking about oregano. It's amberina, how I know it to be. Hibiscus abelmoschus. Okay, spell it out like I spelled it, and write it out like I spelled it. Look it up, and it should give you other names for it as well. I think somewhere on there it was referred to also as like musk something, musk okra or musk Milo, some shit like that. But I know it as amberina, and amberina belongs to Oshun. And Oshun energy with this herb, cleanses out any colds, cleanses out fever, cleanses out, catarro del pecho, when we feel it in our chest. That's one. Another one is anon. A-N-O-N. A-N-O-N. And Anon belongs to the energy of Obatala, which I've been speaking about so much in the last couple of weeks. I've been praying and chanting, to the energy of Obatala for peace, for healing, for tranquility, the God of white cloth, the God of wisdom, the sculptor of our bodies, the God that has to do with peace, inner peace, mental peace, emotional peace. And it's the particular Orisha in the Yoruba pantheon that is closest to the divine, that is closest to the Most High, that is closest to the source, that is closest to God. He is definitely the owner of all of our heads. And he is one that governs over our Ori, our Eleda, which is our head, which is our center of our head, which is the energy that's located at the very top of our head, which is the one that is, basically our incarnate energy that assigns our path and our direction. That's why Obatala has to do a lot with our path and direction. So this particular herb is actually a tree or shrub because it's unknown, and it's referred to also, the tree gives what's called anon, which is una fruta, se llama anon. It's called anon, but anon in English, I believe, is like sugar apples, okay? I believe it's referred to sugar apples, I believe, yeah, sugar apples, anon. And then, if you do a tea, cocimiento, un té, okay? Muskmallow, yes, muskmallow, that's the amberina, muskmallow. I saw that being referred as muskmallow, amberina. Thank you, my goddaughter. So back to anon. Anon, if you make tea with anon, right? You boil it. You let it steer, and you boil this anon. And this is good for anxiety. It's good for stress. It's good when we feel that we're like everything is like over our head. It's very good for that. It's good to calm us down. Okay, I would drink this at night. Okay, I would put a little honey to it too as well. Even the one with amberina, I would add a little honey to it because it's not just to sweeten it. Everything has an intention. All our old school people used to do everything with a particular purpose. So the honey, aside for you and I, would be to sweeten things up, right? But for the golden old days, the adding honey to certain teas and things that we do is to call upon and bring and invite. Bring and invite the energy of Oshun into what we are ingesting in our body or what we're doing, the particular rituals or things that we're doing. The presence of honey is presence of life. Remember, honey is something that unless the bees wouldn't exist, there wouldn't be any honey. Bees are major contributor of life. So you're drinking a tea to calm down anxiety, to calm down stress, to calm your fears down, or to get rid of unhealthy experiences that's going through our body. You're inviting the energy of Oshun into your drink. You're inviting the energy of Oshun into what you're putting into your body so that she can bring life back to us. So that she can bring life back into our body, or she can bring life back into the areas of our life that feels weak. Okay, so that's why we add honey to, at least from a spiritual / religious perspective, that's why we add honey. If there are other reasons out there, I welcome it. Share it in the comments. The more the merrier, because we all need to know. But that's my reason as to how I know it to be true. How it we invite honey into our drinks, and we invite honey into our rituals, and we invite honey into things that we do, not just to sweeten things up, but to invite her energy for life, okay? That's one. So we have anon and we have amberina, okay? For amberina, if we're feeling fever, if we're feeling cold, if we're feeling, cold in our chest, if we feel like we're coming down with something, it's good to extract all that out in the name of Oshun. Anon, to bring, calm, to bring a sense of tranquilidad, equanimidad, of peace into our energy. Does that make sense to anybody? raise your hand, put a smiley, something, so that I know that we're on the same page and you are actually receiving what Spirit is sharing with you tonight. Let me know. Awesomeness. I would also do another one, and this one is, not particular to any Orisha, not particular to any particular deity or energy, but I would recommend chamomile mixed with a little lavender, okay? Chamomile mixed with a little lavender and a tiny bit of honey into your drink, okay? Because that, again, invites the energy of Oshun into our drink, for calmness. And again, this is to be able to be more calm. This is to be able to bring a sense of calm into our, into our energy flow that we're feeling inside. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, and you're feeling anxious, I would also recommend, what's it called? I would also recommend bergamot, okay? Bergamot with a little lemon, and again, another tiny bit of honey. Bergamot, okay, and with lemon and a little bit of honey also as well, for anxiety and for, sometimes depression and all that kind of stuff. So we got the tea section out of the way. Home safety, bath rituals, candle work, teas. Right? Another thing that I want to share with you is different things that we can be doing. If you really want to get down to old school magic, no fear, and I don't care what anybody says, and I don't care who's going to think I'm crazy, well, let's get to that part. You would grab a coconut, right? A coconut, un coco. Coconut, has a lot of spiritual vibration and spiritual energy, and coconut, is used for a lot of stuff. It's very good. One of the many things that coconut is good for is for cleansing. It's very good for cleansing. So there's different ways to go about this. I went to my music. Hold on. So, you grab a coconut. And what I like to do is I grab a knife and I see all these, what I call hairs, all these coconut hairs, I peel them off. I just peel them off. I grab a knife. If I have one, that's not a knife, but if I have one, I scrape it. I scrape it and 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 scrape it until it's as clean as possible. Okay, as clean as possible. I would definitely, try to get all these hairs out. Okay, after I've done that, okay, I would put some Florida water on it. Florida water on it. Okay, and again, everything that we do should not be rushed, should not be in a hurry, should not be with tension and stress. No. We should find a moment in time, especially now that we're stuck at home, to dedicate to what we're doing con calma, with calm. If we don't do things with calm, we might do it mechanically, but it's not going to have the effects that you need for it to have. It's not going to have the effects that you need for it to have. Okay, so again, we went already from home safety in the last live. If you missed it, go back to it. We went from home safety to bath rituals, to candle magic, to teas that you can drink, and now we're into more hardcore, real magic stuff. Not that the other stuff is not real, but you know what I mean. You grab a coconut and you peel this coconut, as much as you can with a knife or with something. You just take all these, what I call coconut hairs off, and you peel it as much as possible. Once you've done that, you pour Florida water on it, or Colonia 1800, or whatever kind of spiritual cologne you have. You pour it on the coconut. Once you pour it on the coconut, okay, you grab a cascarilla, okay, right, the egg the eggshell. I call it eggshell shock, but it's made out of eggshell. Um, and basically rub the eggshell cascarilla. You rub it on the coconut, and you rub it on the coconut, and you rub it on the coconut. Obviously, without all these hairs, right, sticking out. You rub it on the coconut, and you rub it on the coconut, and you rub it on the coconut. Okay, until it's fully white. Okay, then when it's like that, you can blow aguardiente. Aguardiente is fire water. Okay, which is sugar cane alcohol. And you can find it in certain, depending where you're at. If you're in Miami, you find it everywhere. Botanicas, you find it in the liquor stores, you find it everywhere. If you're here in California, there's certain, which is why I have all these here. If you're here in California, there's certain places that you can find real fire water. Okay, like this one, Vicario. Vicario, I find it at a supermarket, a Spanish supermarket called what that supermarket? Cardenas. I find it in Cardenas. This particular one, Vicario, alcohol Vicario, alcohol Vicario, but it's not alcohol. It's not alcohol. It's not alcohol. It's alcohol, but it's sugar cane. It's made from pure sugar cane. You see, alcohol dice alcohol de caña. Okay, alcohol of cane, sugar cane. So this one you'd find in Cardenas. Okay, Jarrochos, you can find it in a supermarket called El Super. Okay, you can find Jarrochos, okay, and El Super. This one is only exclusive really to Miami. Ogun, Aguardiente Ogun, which is my ultimate favorite one. You can only find that in Miami. Some places in Dallas, Texas also have them as well, but this is exclusive from Miami. It's made in Miami. I mean, it's exclusive. Other cities, other states, I can't advise because I don't know. But in worst case scenario, if you can't find it, then white alcohol is fine. White alcohol is fine. Bacardi, white Bacardi, not dark white Bacardi, is fine. If you can't find real sugar cane alcohol, I know that many people use aguardiente cristal because it's called aguardiente, so they use aguardiente cristal. I don't like that one because that one is sweet. It's Colombian, and it's very favorite to Colombian people that like to drink that, as shots and things of that nature. I like to drink it too, to be honest with you. So aguardiente cristal, it's not my ultimate favorite for that. I would like to use real sugarcane alcohol, made out of sugarcane. But worst case scenario, then I would use white Bacardi, and that should be fine. So peel. Then you rub it with cascarilla, right? No, peel. You put the Florida water or whatever spiritual cologne you have. You rub the cascarilla on it. Then you would blow, the sugarcane rum onto the coconut, the obi, which is called in Yoruba, coconut is called obi. You blow the aguardiente onto it. And then last but not least, if you're not totally bummed out about the idea of having to blow cigar smoke, you would light your cigar, right? Hopefully not like this one, because this one's not lit right now. So you would light your cigar. And after you light your cigar, if you're old school like me, you turn it around and you blow smoke. If you are that type of cigar, it doesn't matter. Cigar is cigar. The particular brand or type of it doesn't really matter. Turn it around and you blow. If you're like some people are scared of getting the tongue burned and the whole 9 yards, then which it just curls under my skin to see people do it like that. But hey, if that's your way to do it, so be it. People do go like, I can't stand that. Switch it around put your tongue back, put it so you can get real smoke out. That's how you do it. But hey, to each his own. So what is this good for? A couple of things. When we really feel heaviness in our body, like real heaviness, we really feel that we are going to collapse. We feel like, something is on me that doesn't belong to me. I don't know how to get rid of it. I feel like a bad energy, a bad vibration, a bad something on me, This is what I do, and I, in front of my altar, in front of whatever I keep my sacred energy space, I cleanse my body. I stand, and as I'm cleansing my body, what am I doing? I am praying. Okay, it's not just, because going through the mechanics of it ain't shit. You have to really cleanse your body, and pray as you're cleansing your body for protection from your spirit guides, protection from your guardian angel. You can call upon the energy of Elegba, okay? Elegba, the road opener. You can call upon the energy of Obatala, okay? Cleansing your body, healing your body from anything that doesn't belong in your energetic flow, in your vibration. And you cleanse yourself, from top to bottom, okay? With your clothes on, you don't have to be naked, with your clothes on, you cleanse your body. Once you finish cleansing your body, you should only do this when you are ready to break it, not put it aside and leave it there like a damn toy, sitting there so it can, the energy that it collected to come right back out of it. No, you're going, after you finish cleansing yourself, you're going to open the door. Let's go by step. Those of us that live in houses, you open the door to your house, okay? And in front of your door, if you're like me, I don't care about my neighbors. Because at the end of the day, nobody pays my bills. And nobody pays my house. So therefore, I open the door to the house that I pay for, okay? And I don't care who's watching, and I don't care who's looking, and I don't care about the Jehovah's Witness across the street, I don't care about the Christians that want to condemn me and tell me that I'm going to hell, what have you. I open the door to the front, my front, and I break, this coconut, okay? Literally, I break it, okay? Try to get a good stance so when you throw it down, it breaks, so that you don't have to go through the trouble of having to pick it back up again and pray, because having to pick it back up again, that's already a sign that something is not good. So you should be able, at the first run, when you throw it with all the intention, asking for all things to break apart, asking for all things to go away from you, away from your home, away from your body, away from your sacred space, you break this, okay? Once it's broken, you should already have by the door a bag. You step outside, and with your broom, not with your hands, you do not pick it up with your hands. You grab a broom and the dustpan, and you sweep all that up. You put it into the bag, you tie it, and you throw it in a garbage outside of your house. Not inside. Don't bring this shit back into your house. You throw it outside of your house. Or if you received a message, or if you have an intuitive message to get in your, put the whole coconut, after you cleanse yourself, put it in a bag, get in your car, and go out into some four corners, and go out into an alley, and go out somewhere, and you break it. You can do that too. And when you break it, if you are going to get in your car to go break it somewhere else, you break it, okay, and you don't look back. Don't be looking back to be seen. No. You just break it and you keep going, okay? That's two ways to do that, okay? Another way that you can do coconut, you can do this very same thing. Let's assume it's not in your body. Let's assume that the negative vibration that you're feeling is not necessarily in your body, but you're feeling the negative vibration in your home. You're feeling some vibe in your home that you're like, you know what? I don't know what's going on up in here, but something is here in my house that I just don't like. Okay, you do the same process, but instead of you cleansing your body, you're gonna roll this coconut around your whole house. You roll it with your feet, or you roll it with a broom or stick or something. You roll it all over your house. As you're rolling it all over your house, you're praying. You're praying and you're asking for, any negative vibration that is in your house. May this coconut pick it up. May anyone that has wished bad upon you, may anything that you might have picked up outside externally and brought it into your home, may it be picked up, calling upon your spirit guides, calling upon your guardian angels, calling upon your ancestors, calling upon the divine force of energy, and you roll it all over your house. You start by the main door in one direction all over your house up until you end up at the main door again. At which point you pick up the coconut, you open the door and you break it there, or you get in your car and you drive out somewhere and you break it. If you live in an apartment, you have two options. Number one, you get in your car and you go and break it somewhere else. Or number two, if you live in an apartment, I've lived in an apartment before back in the day, and I break it in my damn hallway. I don't give a shit. I break it in the hallway and then I pick it up and done deal. Or you go ahead and you get in your car and you break it somewhere else outside of your apartment complex, away from your apartment complex, away from your apartment building. You break it somewhere else. Okay? Those are your two options that you have for that. Okay? Another thing that you can do, especially these days that there's so much fear and so much negative vibrations, and there's so much negativity out and about in the streets, and there's so much negativity all over the place. This same fire water, this same aguardiente, okay, or Bacardi, white Bacardi, rum, if you have no choice. Every day when you wake up, in the morning, when you wake up, whenever you wake up, whenever your door to your house gets open for the first time, whenever the first time your door to your house gets open, you blow fire water out. You put some in your mouth, it's high alcohol. So you put it in your mouth and you blow it in your doorstep. And you also blow some tobacco smoke, okay? And you blow it, in your doorstep, and you blow tobacco smoke as well. If you are someone that is a frontliner, if you're still out there going to work, if you're out there in the medical field, if you're out there just going to work because your job, you still have to go to work, I would blow my fire water to the tires of my car. I would blow cigar smoke to the tires of my car. I would blow it a little inside my car to keep my car safe, so that wherever I go, through whichever place I transit, I am as protected as I can be from negative vibrations, from things that I can pick up, from things that I don't have control over, from things that, can mess me up, Asking for Elikwa, which is the king of the roads, which is the king of the crossroad, which is the king of path and direction, okay? So that he can always protect your car, your vehicle from your driving. You may be a safe driver, but other people that are out there may not be safe drivers. So definitely these are things for you to do for protection, okay? Another thing that I will tell you as far as cleansing and rituals and what have you, incense is very important. Incense has a great healing potential. When you burn incense with an intention, I just burn it so that your house can smell good. But when you burn incense with an intention, you are calling upon, native Indians, you're calling upon the tribe of Indians of protection, so that they can cleanse your house from negative vibrations that you don't need. Many people do it through incense, like the stick incense. That's not the one I consider does the magic. The one I consider that does the magic is the actual charcoal, the actual, kabo, which is, your charcoal, okay? Which is your charcoal. You burn the charcoal, you grab your tongs, you burn it, you put it in your thingy or whatever thing you have, okay? And you grab the incense, I make my own, and I also sometimes, buy a lot of, whether it's church incense and one that's used at church, or whether you go to Botanica and you get some mirra, which is really good. Or you get incienso called Tres Reyes. Those are very, very good ones. Or you make my own, like I make my own, and you literally burn. I already had a charcoal in here. And you burn your incense, and you, you grab this, and you walk around your house. You walk around your house, praying, calling upon your ancestors, calling upon your spirit guides, calling upon your guardian angels, calling upon all your spirituality, calling upon the power of the native Indians, okay, of the land, okay, that you live in, okay, or if you have native Indian background, you call upon those energies as well, and you walk around your house. The way I like to do it, I like to keep my house locked down, windows shut, doors shut, everything. And of course, I take off my fire detector, because they start to they go off and they drive me crazy. So I take them off and put them away while I'm doing this incense ritual cleanse around my house. And when my house is really smoky, I open windows, I open doors, and I ask for all the BS that's in my house to get out. And I ask all the negative vibrations to get out. And I ask any lower level vibrations to get out. And I not ask, you command. When you're getting rid of negative issues, you command it. You're not asking. This is not you asking for permission. You're commanding the negative vibrations that are in your home to get out. And you tell them to get out in the name of the Father, in the name of your guardian angel, in the name of your spirit guides, in the name of your ancestors, in the name of all elevated source vibrations. You ask it to get in. And as you open your windows and that smoke just comes out, it's releasing the negative vibrations. And trust me, that shit works. It does work. Okay. And you do it consistently. As consistent as you can, once a week, and if you still, tomorrow I wake up and I'm still feeling the same, I do it again, because it cannot overpower light. It cannot overpower the strength of your divine energy. It cannot overpower the strength that has blessed you. It cannot overpower the strength and the energy that looks out for you. It cannot overpower the guardian angel that walks with you. It cannot overpower the ancestors that look out for you. So when you command it, when you tell it to go, when you tell it to come back from wherever it came from, when you command it, you don't ask. This is the problem why certain things don't work. Certain things don't work for people because they are told to do things, and you ask for healing, and you ask for protection, and you ask for things to leave you alone. No, you command. When it's about getting rid of negative vibration, let's be specific. When it's about getting rid of negative vibration, you command. When you are directing yourself to your guardian angel, to Orisha, when you command, when you are directing yourself to God, when you're directing yourself to, positive white light energy and vibrations, you're asking, you're humbling yourself, you're asking for their protection, for their blessing, for their guidance. But when you're getting rid of negative vibrations, and when you're getting rid of witchcraft, or you're getting rid of negativity, you command. Because your voice, the power of the tongue, your voice has more power than any negative vibration that comes around you. That's why you have the power in your tongue, by the grace of God, by the grace of your Orisha, by the grace of your spirit guides, by the grace of your ancestors, to command it to go away. Okay? And as I'm walking my house with my incense, and smoking my whole house, I'm reading a prayer. Okay, on my hand, I have my hand, I'm reading a particular prayer. Or if I don't want to read a prayer, I am repeating the Our Father and the Hail Mary back to back until I walk all over the house and smoke my whole house, until I open the window and command that spirit to leave my house, command the negative vibrations to leave my home. Is that a yes? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get acceptance here of what Spirit is sharing with you tonight? Is it making any sense? Are you all enjoying this live that I'm doing tonight? Quite unusual from the normal ones that I do. Okay. Another tea, going back to teas. I forgot this one. Another tea that's very good even though it's been banned in I think in Europe, but it hasn't been banned here in the US. A good tea is kava kava. Kava kava tea is very good, you know, and you should drink it cold so it doesn't lose the essences of the particular tea. Kava kava tea is very good. So anyway, is everyone understanding what I'm saying here? Is it making any sense to you all? I'm glad. I hope that some of you are enjoying this live and me opening up a little, sharing some of my magic and different things that I have learned along over the years. That it might be, this is another thing that I want you to listen to. It might sound simple to you. Damn, blowing smoke on my door, blowing aguardiente on my door, what the hell is that gonna do? Trust me, baby, it does a lot. It does a lot. Never underestimate the power of vibration. Never underestimate the power of essence. Never underestimate the simplicities, because everyone wants to do big things. Everyone wants the big, long, intense, complicated rituals and magic. The simplicities of some of the things that I'm telling you, advising you to do, has at times more power than other greater things. Trust me on that, my beloved spiritual warriors. Trust me on that. Okay? Let's see. What else? One thing that you can do to calm when your mind feels like it's on overload, when your mind feels like you're going to go crazy, when your mind feels like you're going to lose it, when your mind feels like you can't focus, you can't concentrate, and you are just, the tension and the stress and the anxiety is in your head, is in your mind, you grab, in my tradition it's hikara, a hikara called ikba in Yoruba, okay? It's a gourd, okay? It's an actual, I would get up and get one and show you one, but it's a gourd. Actually, hold on, I think I have one here. I think I might have one right here, perhaps. I think I have one here. Yes, I actually do. So, this is a gourd, okay? It's called hikara. You find this in botanicas, you find this, you could buy it online, hikara. You just put hikara, Jicara. Jicara, hikara. And you grab a hikara. If you don't have one, it's fine. I just like to do things as closer to old school ways as we can, right? But if you don't have one, it's not like it's not going to have the effect, okay? Yes, calabash, thank you, calabash. And you pour water on it. You pour water inside the hikara, and you pray over it in front of your altar. You pray over it in front of your altar, okay, spiritual altar, sacred space, and you bless it, by praying over it, by asking for God's energy, your guardian angel's energy, etc., etc. You pray over it. And once you've prayed over it, standing in front of your altar, there's two ways to do it. Plain water alone. Water is healing vibration. Water is used for spiritual bath, for cleansings, for ceremony, for different ceremonies, for baptism. So water holds a huge amount of energy and potential. Once it's been blessed, one has been prayed over, it holds a lot of healing vibrations when we pray over it. So once you do that, you stand in front of your altar and you put your 2 or 3 fingers inside the water, and from here, from your forehead, okay, you rub this water all the way to the back of your head, right? And you do this 3 to 8 times. 3 times is the basic, 8 times if you want to be extreme, right? You pray over it. Okay, you run your finger from your forehead straight back. Okay, and I usually stop right, try to midline, to stop in my where my ori, sits, because it is said, the midline of the cortex naturally quiets stress. Okay, the midline of the cortex naturally, it says, it quiets stress, anxiety. Okay, it quiets anxiety and stress about the future, about the past, about issues that I am feeling. The midline of the cortex. Okay, and I'm putting this water, in my head. Okay, I'm putting this water and this blessed water in my head. Okay, into your circuits. Okay, and I am asking for healing vibrations on my mind, on my head, for support, for calm, for tranquility. Number 2, in the water that I have already blessed, I can put cascarilla. I can just break the cascarilla, break it. It's really soft. I don't want to do it because I don't want to waste it. But it's really soft, when you just break it into the water, and you mix it, and with the same vibration, with the same intention, you do the same thing. But this time, if you're going to add the cascarilla, you're going to call upon the energy of Obatala, the god of white cloth, for healing vibrations. You're going to call upon the energy of Obatala and all the Oricha Funfun, of white energy, into, your cortex. Okay, into the cortex, into the energy, asking for healing, asking for a sense of calm, asking for clarity, asking for focus, asking for you to really ground, and you do that as well. Are you all enjoying this at all? I was a little skeptical because I don't really share some of this stuff online, with everybody. I do it individually. I do it in readings if it comes out. I do it, when I do personal readings and different stuff, but I don't normally go out like this, analyze. And those of you that have been following me for a while already know this. But I hope that this is not spooking you out, and I hope it's not turning you off, and I know that, and I hope that it's not going to, alienate you from me. I'm all just trying to the best of my abilities in such horrid times, stressful times, conflicted times, fearful times, to bring about a little of my magic that I know. It may not heal the whole world, but if it heals a couple of you, if it does a difference in some of your lives, I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with the vibration that I bring. I do it with respect. I do it with honor. And I do it, and humbly, with respect to all your walks of life and all your blessings. I don't believe that I'm teaching, because that I'm very old school about. I'm not going to teach you anything that's specific to just people that need to be initiated, or they have to have a certain particular rank. I believe that what I share with you, even though it might be foreign to you, it is spiritually based, and it does no harm whether you are a New Age practitioner, whether you are just somebody that just meditates, whether you're someone that just considers yourself Catholic or Christian, or whatever walk of life you follow. I don't believe that anything that I've shared with you, though it might sound a little foreign, it does no harm. Trust me, it doesn't. And we've spoken about everything. So those of you that just came into this live but didn't go into my last one, which is already shared, please go watch that one too as well, because there's certain messages that came through in that one, that I'm sharing with you there. And it deals with home safety, it deals with bad rituals and candle magic and things of that nature. Other things that I would like to say before I leave you in peace for the rest of the night. It is important during this time, if you don't have so already, for you to have your sacred space, for you to have your sacred space, for you to have your spiritual altar. If you don't have a spiritual altar, you should put one up. I believe my next live that I do, I'm going to talk about how to set up a spiritual altar, how to properly put up a spiritual altar. What are the different kinds of spiritual altars that are out there? I think I'm actually going to do a class about that. Anybody would be interested in a class as to how to properly set a spiritual altar? What are they good for? Different kinds of spiritual altars that you can set. You know, is anybody interested in that? If anybody is interested in that, I will do a class on it. I will do a class, and this will be a private class for those that are interested, and I will advertise it, and we'll do it through Zoom so we can all be together and you can ask me direct questions and I can see, because I have a hard time watching from a distance the messages here. Pero in a Zoom class, I think that we can all come together and we can first learn the purpose of an altar. When did they come about? What kind of spiritual altars are there? What are they for? How can they be set? Where could it be set? Inside my room, in my house, in the backyard. Where are, different things that it may be common to me, but it's not of common knowledge to everybody. If anybody is interested, sincerely interested in that, message me, send me a DM, because I'm going to do the class based on the DMs that I get. If you are interested in a class having to do with spiritual altars, message me, send me a DM with the hands up, hey, I'm interested on a spiritual altar class, and I will create that class and we will have that class. That I will always have it if you're interested, and I will do that. It is important for us to have a spiritual altar. It is important for us a spiritual sacred space so that we can attend to it, so that we can feel close to our ancestors, so that we can feel close to our spirit guides, so that we can feel close to our guardian angel, and ultimately have a safe space for us to render homage, so that we can honor, so that we can represent, so that we can connect. Okay, it is very important. So send me a message, DM me if you're interested in this kind of class. I will create it, and I will put as much rich information as I can in that, into that class based on what I know through my life journey and experience. And I will, teach that class for your benefit. It's because it's for you. Okay, there's many different ways to set up altars. It's something that I would like to probably teach, and for you, especially during these times, we need that kind of connection. Other things that we can do for clarity, for peace, for healthy energy around us. It may sound stupid to you, but trust me, keep a clean space. Keep a clean space. Pick up your shit. Take this time to throw away crap that you don't need. Take this time to get rid of stuff that you don't need. Take this time to really take care of your personal space, okay? It is important for you to take care of your personal space by getting rid of stuff that are piled up and boxes here and messiness over here. What that does is it attracts negative vibration. It attracts negativity. It attracts lower level spirits of low poor vibration. It attracts different things that just set you back. It pulls you back. It's just not good for you energetically, spiritually. It's just not good for your vibration. So pick up your space, clean your space, clear and keep it tidy. Open windows, let fresh air in, let the sun shine through your windows. You shouldn't have dark rooms. You shouldn't have, your place looking all dark and gloomy because you don't like light. Some of you don't like lights and you like it more on the darker side. Hey, you gotta let light in sometimes. You gotta let light in every day, actually, and you gotta let air flow through your room. You gotta let air flow through your apartment. You gotta let air flow through your house, okay? So that clears up that negative flow. Sometimes it's not just about magic. Sometimes it's about how you have your space. Sometimes it's how you have the energy going on in your space that's not good for your vibration, not good for your peace of mind, for your sanity, for your calmness. That's why you got to clean your stuff out that you don't need. If you haven't used it in over 6 months, throw it out, gift it away, sell it. But don't keep it there in a space that just accumulates negative vibration. A different
think that we can do for healing, believe it or not, my beloved spiritual warriors, and you should know this from me by now, is the power of music. Music, song, chant has a lot of healing vibration. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about the kind of songs and music that is about, he left me and he broke my heart and he betrayed me and I'm so sad and I'm so depressed and I want to die. No. Not that. Not definitely not that. Put music that make you happy. Put music that moves your body. Put music that brings healing vibrations to you. Some of the things that you can do, music, tones, musicality has vibrations, healing vibrations in them. That's why it can either uplift you and bring you up, make it, and it's common sense. Some music can make us happy, and some music can make us so sad because it reminds us of something that happened to us when we were in a particular situation. So music has vibration. So with that being said, you want to help some people that are in need right now. You want to help people that are in New York, in the epicenter of this dramatic situation that we're going through right now, sending them healing vibrations. You and I can't be there, but you can send healing vibrations. You want to, send healing vibrations to people that are here suffering and going through things and lost jobs and are sick in the hospital and they don't know what's going to happen to them and you can't be there or should not be there for your own safety. Put some music on that sends healing vibration, and you're sending that intention to those people. You're sending that intention to those individuals that are in need. Trust me, it does work. It really does work, okay? Also, you want to do a different kind of thing. Maybe your natural gift, and I said this in a live that I did yesterday. I was invited into a live by one of my clients that I've been reading for almost 4 or 5 years now, and she's a very dear friend, and her name is Virginia, and she invited me. She deals a lot with millennials as well. She's an inspiration for millennials as well, and she invited me to do a live on her page, and I was talking about the fact that many of us have different talents, different abilities, and sometimes we can use those abilities to be able to help heal, to be able to help bring positive vibrations into our lives and the lives of other people. So therefore, if you're a painter, you can paint stuff or sketch things with the intent to heal, with the intent to send healing vibrations. You can also create a vision board. You can create a vision board not just for you, but you can create a vision board for you, but also in the name of those that are in the front lines, in the name of those that need healing, in the names of people that are less fortunate, in the name of people that are needy, in the name of people that need our positive, energetic magic to be able to send those healing vibrations off to the sick, the frontliners, the people that are out there, the people that are, fighting the fight, So it's a good thing to do that as well, creating a vision board in their names as well, painting, drawing, music, singing, dancing, even dancing. If you put happy song or dance, for healing dance or chants, you can do that as well. It says I have 1 minute and 56 seconds left. So I think this is good. I'm not going to come back. We've been at it for 2 hours now. So definitely, some of the crystals that I didn't talk about that I would like to share with you is black tourmaline. Black tourmaline, blue agate, and fluorite. They're good crystals for you to carry with you during these time of stress and anxiety. Black tourmaline is powerful. Black tourmaline is powerful for grounding. It's powerful for just feeling grounded. Okay, and blue agate is emotional support. Offers emotional support. If you're feeling like you're losing hope, this is a good crystal for you to have. Fluorite, which is also considered or called the rainbow breaker of chains, helps with breaking out the stress out of your life. So I didn't talk about crystals and different things that I wanted to talk about that I didn't talk about. I can't believe we've been at it for 2 hours, but I think and I hope and I pray that this has been beneficial to you. I hope it's been informative to you. I hope this has helped you in some kind of way. Let's get together. Let's remain together. And my beloved spiritual warriors, I would really appreciate it if you share my live in your page if you share it with your loved ones, if you share it with the people that follow you, because this is about healing, okay? And I really want to get the word out there. So the way you can help me is by sharing this video and sending it, put it on your stories, put it in your, share it, in your timeline, in your Instagram page. Many blessings to you all. I love you all, and I'll be back. Que Dios me lo bendiga. Over and out. I will be reading the messages, and I'll be responding back to all the messages that I got during this life.